Patriots receiver Stefon Diggs on a yacht in Florida with a pink substance. Should the Pats keep him or get rid of him? Let's talk about it next.
You were tuned in to the Rob Show. You know, hey, it's the Rob Show.
Us two being Pats fans, just this last week came out the news of Stefon Diggs. I know he's on the boat. We don't really know what the substance is. A lot of people saying it's the pink, boogie candy, as they call it.
Yeah.
Do you cut Stefon Diggs? Do you take him right off the team? To show everyone else, we can't put up with this. You can't do this.
Personally, I think you should, just because we're trying to establish a culture here.
The culture, baby.
I mean, it's
Vrabel culture.
I feel like after what happened last season and how poorly it was run, I think Vrabel should probably say, you know what, if this is how we're going to start this thing, maybe this isn't going to work, because he's not 100% healthy. We don't even know if he's going to play week 1.
Yeah.
Any sort of complication happens and he's set back even further. Now, not only are we in the news for him dealing drugs or whatever he's doing, now he's not even playing.
Here's the thing. You don't cut him. I understand the culture thing, but if the Patriots had other options at receiver and someone that's dominant like Diggs can be, then you'd cut him. You get rid of him. They just can't afford to right now. They got to just put up with the antics.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with that either. I just, it's one of those. It's a catch-22.
Yeah, it's
a situation.
It
is.
is.
Situationally, it sucks. So, whatever decision they make, I think is kind of the best, what they feel is best for the team, and we got to just roll with it.
All right. So on the topic of Stefon Diggs, he was just showed up to OTAs. He looks incredible. Zoe and Bertrand, if you guys listen to 98.5 Sports Hub in Boston, says they quoted him as stunning. That's how he looked. With his cuts, in and out, catching balls. How important, let's say he stays on the team and doesn't get cut, how important is Stefon Diggs to a successful Patriots season?
Huge, because it's going to help Drake May become a much better quarterback. You saw what he did with Josh Allen.
That's the huge thing. Josh Allen, people are going to hate me. He was nothing until Diggs came.
The first 2 or 3 years, he was not that good. He just, he was just a gunslinger, just throwing the ball.
Yeah.
And then he finally got an established wide receiver that knew how to run routes and could work with the quarterback. And all of a sudden, he became Josh Allen.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing for me is I hope this is a 1-year deal for me. I hope he has 1,000-yard receiving year, and all I want him to do is make the other receivers better.
Right.
Like the rookie, was it Williams?
Yep.
Make him better, then buy. Because usually that's what they say. He gets paid his money. He has that great 1 year off the bat. Well, except for Buffalo.
Yeah.
He has that one great year, and then get rid of him.
Yeah.
It's a headache.
I mean, especially if Williams can become that guy and learn from him, and
they've been saying he's a steal, dude. They've been saying he's a steal of the draft, wide receiver wise.
Let's hope so. I mean, it could also open up for Pop Douglas to finally be what we think he can be.
Yep.
So maybe this is going to open it up for him, and he's going to be that slot guy. And then if Williams can be the 2 on the outside with Diggs, and then once Diggs is gone, everybody just slides up.
Yeah. And people have to understand, too, is this is McDaniel's offense. We don't need the Calvin Johnson, the Jamar Chase. You need guys that are going to get open.
Right.
Even this guy, a lot of people don't know, last name Chisholm. Look him up.
Chisholm.
They love, the Patriots love that white receiver, slot receiver.
Yeah.
Look out for Chisholm. I can see Diggs on one side, Williams on the other, and Chisholm as that slot guy.
Yeah, they're saying that he's impressing at camp.
Oh yeah, man. He's playing with the ones right now. He looks great. And he tore it up in college, but again, what division was that?
Right. Well, I mean, you never know. We never know with these guys.